Alexandra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexandra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexandra Bello. Tune in on Wnn1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Hi everyone, how is everybody feeling? This May the 4th be with you. I am Alexandra Bello, and it doesn't matter if it's raining or if it's just a storm out there or I'm sick. I'm going to be here every Monday night giving you the events and what's happening and bringing you Class 1A people like Christian Valdez. Christian, thank you for being here tonight. How are you?
Oh, you're good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Christian is a first-time author.
Yes.
I actually was impressed with your story. He wrote a book about his life and experiences that he went through, and the book is called Pill Mill, and we're going to talk about that book all night because he's promoting that book and he wants people to see the other side of the story through his craft. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Cuban American. I work, from 9 to 5 like anybody else, and I just wrote the book out. I worked for a pain management center for 10 years, and it was really bad at first. I thought I was going into a place where I was moving forward in life, a good job, and it didn't turn out that way. I came from the streets, and I was, selling a lot of weed and different things, and I thought by getting this job in a doctor's office, it was going to change my world around, but it didn't turn out to be like that. When I found out about pain management, what it was, and got in there, I saw it was nothing like moving forward. It was the same thing that I was doing on the street, but in a professional atmosphere with in a building with doctors with suits and ties and all the other stuff. So it just became a crazy madhouse situation.
Awesome. I want to first of all, for your courage. You have a lot of courage to come out and talk about your story openly because your story will reach a lot of people and might make them turn around. So it's so important that you're doing this. I have a lot of respect for you doing this. A lot of people, they want to hide their face. They don't want to admit to themselves what they. The little things here and there that they have done, the craziest things that they have done.
Right.
Now, I want to ask you about a little bit about the book before we go to commercials. Tell me a little bit about the book.
Well, it takes place, like I said, I ran a pain management facility for 10 years, and the first, 6 years were pretty bad. There was no rules, no regulations, and we just... they put me to be an administrator, and I ended up just seeing the true side of doctors and people with money and what they do. Like I said, it just turned out to be a really bad situation, crazy, chaotic, legitimate drug dealing house is what it was, what it is.
Awesome. A lot of people, when they talk about art back in the day, they say that art was used to make a social statement and to make a stand against something that people wouldn't agree to, and that sometimes they would bring that to the theater in order to make people aware of the social bad habits or chaos that was going on in an organized system. So that is, it's very interesting. Now I want to tell everyone a little bit about what's going on before we go to break. So we take a little moment here to talk about events because this show is about coming up events. I remind you that you need to download apps like Meetup. Meetup has helped me a lot to network. I basically use it all the time. And I want to remind you that tomorrow, May the 5th, we have Women Referring Women Luncheon with Carrie Klimis as a guest speaker. And we also have meditation techniques in Deerfield Beach. Believe it or not, a lot of people think about meditation as art. So that is why when you type art, these things come up and they're very interesting. I also want to give a shout out to Fort Lauderdale Film Acting Meetup. Whether I can make it or not, you can go over there to learn film acting, improvisation, and cold reading by Michael Jacks. And remember that next Sunday, we're going to have the Florida Hampton table at State Road 84 on a Sunday at 1:30 p.m. I also like using another app that is called Eventbrite. And, whether Eventbrite is a little organized or not, remember that in Hollywood they have the Poets Heart open mic. So if you are interested in that, just go to your Eventbrite and look for arts, and you're going to find the Poets Heart open mic. Also, Cello Blue Magic on First Class Cafe. Blue Magic Open Night proudly brings nationally televised talented to an elegant setting, and the artistic evening of live entertainment has partnered up with First Class. The magical experience includes inspirational poetry, hilarious comedy, and countless surprises. So remember, it's only $12, but it's very important to come together and talk about events, learn from others. Also, if you are in Boca and you're looking for something to do, for only $20, you can go to the Spring Awakening at Center Stage Performing Arts. It's right there on West Camino Real, and tomorrow at Alexandra Bello in Facebook, I'm going to upload all these events, whether I had time to tell you or not. You can just look on my wall for the events coming up, and you will see what's happening. Okay, now let's go back to Christian Valdez. Christian, where can people find this book? Is this like a paperback? Is this an ebook? What is it?
It's not a paperback yet. I just put it out a little over a month ago. It's on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and then download Kindle onto your phone, just order it from there, and then you can read it off your phone, or you can read it off your laptop and your computer, etc. It's not on paperback yet. I'm hoping to gain publicity and get some popularity, and hopefully we'll get a paperback soon. That's what I'm working for. That's what I'm striving for.
Awesome. Now, I did hear that you got a little help in writing this book. I assume because it's your story and your inspiration and passion, but you are not a veteran writer, so you had somebody to help you out.
Right, I had to get a ghostwriter. I'm not a book writer, obviously, like you just said, so I paid a ghostwriter. I did my own outline of the book. I gave it to him. I did several interviews, and we put the book together. It was a phenomenal thing. It's a great book. It's got every emotion in it. It's really good. You find it very interesting. A lot of people do, funny, sad, a lot of stuff, emotions in it.
Hey, people say that if you can bring out an emotion from other people with something that you create, you are literally creating art. So tell me a little bit about the process of you going through writing this book. Can you tell me a little bit?
Well, I got let go by the job, the pain management. Basically, when they didn't need me, that's when they let me go. And I sat down at that point and started putting everything down. My wife and she helped me out, and we got the outline going, and we found, the ghostwriter. We paid, a lawyer to ask some questions because there were some illegal things that were going on, and I had to get some lawyer...
clear out or filter out your story.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not liable for anything.
So I'm not liable, and I don't go to jail, basically, yeah. So I paid the lawyer to see that, and then we continued writing. And that was pretty much it. Handed it over to the ghostwriter, found him through an entertainment lawyer, and he worked out so well for me. He wrote the book really nice, really well, and just the way I wanted it.
Awesome. Now, tell me, what can people expect when they're going to, read this book? The book is only $12, or is
$9.99 on Amazon.
Oh, even better, $9.99 on Amazon, and you can read it right on your phone, on your tablet, any device.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about what can people expect when they are going to read this book.
Well, there's a lot of critics. People are going to hate it. People are going to love it. People are going to think that, oh, wow, this guy's crazy. I can't believe he did that. And, but it's just what happened. I'm that type of individual that, I do what I have to do to survive in this world, and it's not easy. It's not easy living in this world. So I found opportunities. People were taking advantage of me. I realized that. So I went ahead and turned around and took advantage of them. And I wasn't going to wasn't going to play with that. So I did what I had to do. Like I said, these doctors and pill mill clinic owners, they just thought they have money and they can just do what they want and, use whoever they want. But they found the right person for the job, but they didn't realize what I was capable of once I realized what they were really about.
So, had they not let you go, do you think that you would have still written this book?
It was in my thought process. It was really in my thought process. I think even when I was working there, I thought about a book because, every day was a new thing and something new, chaotic that just went on that, I should have had a diary for it, basically, put it like that, because it would have been an excellent book if I would have wrote everything down
Yeah,
since
always
day
great.
one. So, but yeah, I believe I still would have did the book anyway, regardless. But I just had to wait time because there is a statute in Florida that I had to wait 4 years before I can talk about drugs or anything of that nature, and everything that I did is pretty bad. So I had to wait that time out in order to put the book out, and so here it is.
So you have to wait 4 years before you talk about your former employer that let you go?
Not about them, but the things that I did, the illegal activity with drugs and forging prescriptions.
You have to wait 4 years.
Yeah, I had to wait about that because I was, writing myself my own medications, and I was my own doctor, my
Yeah.
own doctor in the clinic, and
Yeah.
nobody knew I had that power.
Nice. Well, I want to ask you something. Why a book? Like, you know how nowadays everything is so visual, everything is so interactive, and people can just like come up with a reality show, they can come out with a movie and this and that. Why did you pick one of the most, like, I guess the nicest forms of art, which is, a book and reading, and it's a little classic, but I still love it. Why did you choose that medium?
I thought it was the best way possible that people can actually read it, understand, because I'm not, your typical rapper or somebody else that can just come out and say what you have to do in such a fast period of time. So I want everyone to really read what's going on and know that, this is how it was. I want to get every detail, every small thing in there that I could,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you recommend other people out there that have similar stories or are going through a process? Do you recommend them to have a journal from your point of view as a first-time writer?
Yeah, I definitely do. This is a learning experience for me. I'm still learning, and it's been almost 2 years now. I'm still going on. I'm still learning. But yes, if you're definitely going to do something like that and you're experiencing something in your life and it could be story bound later on, I would suggest getting a journal and start writing down every single day, because that'll be a book as you're writing it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody says that there are some interesting stories out there. And the important thing about sharing stories, from my point of view, is that there are other people out there that can relate with that. And, your testimony, like one of my friends said on Facebook, can unlock their heart. They can guide them. I mean, there is a lot wrong with us going through any process, but there is something right about it. And it's that we can extend our hand and invite other people that are going through that process and say, I can help you because I went through that process. I am not BSing you. I am not talking pretty from this point of view. And, I haven't seen the darkness. What do you feel about that, about, relating to other people out there?
Yeah, no, exactly what you said. I mean, I would definitely just do that. I mean, I would definitely try to get involved and definitely just do your research and your homework on everything before you do it. Like I said, it's a tough process. It's, like I said, it's 2 years and going, and it's still not easy. I'm still figuring things out, my wife and I, and it's been a long run, a long haul, but we're still going and we're still pushing forward, because that's how we do. We move forward in life, and we don't go backwards. We go forwards. So, and we do it together, and she's my backbone, and that's how, it eventually goes down.
Well, that's important. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll be right back. Only 2 minutes.
The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. You're listening to Artistic Times with Alexandra Bello. Call into the show at 888-565-1470 and join us on the red carpet as Alexandra interviews and informs at WNN1470 and ABP TV. Now, back to our show.
All right, we are back, and I just want to remind you real quick that Outlet Theater Company presents Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson on Friday, May the 1st at Broward Center Performing Arts. So Broward Center for the Performing Arts right there in Broward. You can, in Fort Lauderdale, you can go and get these tickets. They have the the event on Facebook, and I'm also going to post this event on my wall tomorrow. So, be on the lookout for that. Also, say hi to the people here at I Am Not Gonna Move to LA. They have another edition. They have basically a weekly meetup where they feature different local independent filmmakers. So, this Wednesday at 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., which is 2 days from now, they're going to be meeting at Miami, Florida in O Cinema Wynwood. And I'm gonna try to make it there. I'm actually working, but I'm going to try to make it. I have like 70 friends that are going, and I always like seeing you guys there. I'm actually gonna give you all a shout out. I want to remind you all to please follow me on Vimeo and ABP TV, and Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, ABP TV. Everything I do, whether I am in a shoot or in a set or something like that, training myself about film and events, I basically post it in any of these mediums. So go ahead and follow me on those. I actually follow back, so you can go ahead and send me a request. I also want to thank my friend Beverly Beckham Planchette for inviting me to No Fear of Flying. So if you are on May 7th, if you are on Fort Lauderdale, you can go to Pigs Do Fly Productions and go over there and enjoy No Fear of Flying from Pigs Do Fly production. Is 7 humorous short plays for audiences of all ages. So you can go with your family and enjoy yourself, have some family time. Nothing great and better than art to bring family together. There's a little of a political statement art movement going on this Sunday. This Saturday. It's at Wynwood Art Walk on Northwest 20th Street and in Miami. So you go ahead and go from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. They're going to have a hands-off Iraq and Syria Wynwood Art Walk event. So go ahead and walk if you're against war, and use this art to bring each other together. Now, back to Christian Valdez and his book. I want to actually ask you about the support that you have gotten from your family and friends while you were on this process of writing your book.
They've been there a lot. My mom has been there. My wife has been there, especially, and a couple other friends. But it's kind of something private that I've done. Didn't really want to tell anybody. No one really knew my secret little life, what I was doing back then. Only the drug dealing friends that I had knew about what was going on. So my mother supported me in this, and she actually brought me almost to introduce, and I want to thank her, Sarah. But she's been a support to me. My family supports me, my immediate family support anything that I do. And it was a rough time, rough situation, and they know I had to do what I had to do to survive. And they're big supporters of me just doing. I was careful about it, and I got away with it, and it's what it's done.
A little question of, like, not off topic, but off focus a little bit. Are you scared sometimes? Are you looking over your shoulder when you go out? Maybe like, oh my God, when people know what I used to do, they might just stereotype me, or, you might find a couple of people that might just go after you. Are you ever concerned?
No, I'm never concerned. I don't worry about that. That's something in my past that happened, and just I've been stereotyped all my life. Basically, if you can see me how I look like, trust me, it's been going on for such a long time. I'm immune to it, really. But no, I'm not worried about anything. I do, what I have to do when its time has come.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what is the future for you and this project now that the book is out, that you have to go out on tour promoting your book? Is there any other forms of promotion that are deriving from this one?
Well, like I said, I'm in the works. I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm trying to figure this out. Right now, I'm just on social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My website is www.pilmabook.com. And the book is on Amazon as well. I'm looking to see where I can go further, like publishers, publicists, or maybe a movie later on, if the right person gets a hold of it. I don't know. Whatever comes my way, that's what happens. I'm used to surprises. I don't plan anything. Usually things find me. I don't find it. So that's what I just go with the punches. I roll with the flow. That's it.
Awesome. Now, what are your, now that you said that, those are the possibilities, what is your ultimate goal with this book? Is it to raise awareness, to teach, to have people find a confident, through the pages?
Yeah.
What is it? What is your goal?
Yeah, I like to let people learn and know, and just something with doctors as well too, that I'm not too fond of them and how they are, that they've taken oaths to do what they're supposed to do, and working with them for 10 years, as long as I have, and seeing that they're not all what they're meant to be. So I mean, I like to talk more about this to people and spread it, and just it's the wrong thing, but something I went through, and I like to be a speaker somehow, some way, in the future, for anybody that needs to, talk to, and just to share my experience. It's not a great one, but I mean, if I could try to prevent people from doing wrongful things, I like to do that. I didn't do it out of despite. I did it because it's a game called survival once again. So it's not like I did it out of just, for the fun of it. So
No, of course, you want to present people exits, that there's other doors out there
Right.
that they can find when they find themselves in the situation that you were.
exactly.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing what you do. I really like I said, much respect for that. A lot of people would just hide their face and not do that. I want to invite people to follow Christian Valdez on Twitter. Just type Valdisi with 2 Z's, and you can find him on Twitter. That is where he's going to be heavily promoting his book, and he's going to be sharing the Amazon link that you can also find by going to Amazon and then writing Pill Mill. Basically, I mean, the title is a little bigger than that, but with Pill Mill, they can find everything.
Yeah, Pill Mill's the name. The main name, Pill Mill book, is where you'll find it on Amazon. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Is there any other form? Is there any other way that people can find you? I don't know if you're on Instagram for the younger generations that like Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's just gotta look up my name, Christian Valdez, and you'll find me.
Because I was looking your name and I couldn't find you.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, I'm either through Pill Mill book or Christian Valdez. You'll find me on all the accounts, and just go from there. Well, or Mr. Christian 305 is my email at gmail.com.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. I want
welcome.
to remind everyone that you can follow me if you want to know more about Artistic Times, the web show. You can go to Vimeo and follow ABP TV. We have host Rachel Galvin bringing you interviews about concerts and galleries, exhibitions. We have artists, we have art critiques, and we have a lot of interesting things going on Vimeo. So go ahead and go to AVP TV. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I want to actually give a couple of shout outs to people that follow me, and I appreciate that you follow me and like what you do, what I do. I actually like what you do all the time, because I got a lot of shares today from people on Facebook, and I'm very happy about that, because the idea is spreading the message. I want to say hi to Angel's Way, which is Flor Angel, my little buddy on Instagram. Also, I want to say to Mike Visions, it's actually an actor friend of mine. Follow him on Instagram as well, and also on Record Ward. All these people that are liking the stuff that I do, I want to bring you on board. I follow back on my Instagram, AVP TV. Also, a little message, to close the night. Do you have a little message for people?
I just want to shout out to my mom, Sarah, to my wife, Crystal, my daughter, Nadia, and good friend, Roberto, you know who you are, and Jay Nasty, who's up above watching me right now.
Awesome. Thank you. I actually saw a lot of interaction on Facebook from your friends. Thank you so much for, supporting Christian Valdez in this journey. It's actually very respectful to do that. I also want to remind you that you can always call 888-565-1470, and you can watch us or hear us live on iHeartRadio. Simply type Wnn1470 Wnn, and you're going to find us on Facebook. Also go to alexandrabelloproductions.com, and you can find on the little icon in the middle of the page that says radio content, you can actually find the Ustream link that is live right now, that is streaming live right now. If you want to check the replays, you can just go to YouTube, and on either on AMP2 TV, which is the producer of this show, and my own YouTube, Alexandra Bello, or ABP TV, you can find the reruns for any of the projects. And I invite you to take the interview and embed it wherever you want. This interview stays on the web I'm not gonna say forever, but it stays on the web a lot.
All right,
so
cool.
you can embed it all you want. Thank you so much for coming. I told everyone all the websites, because we actually put these shows in a lot of websites at the same time. We go to wwnnradio.com, Wnn1470am.com. We go to amp2.tv, artistictimes.tv, abptv.net, and Vimeo on abptv. We have a lot of following from all these sources, and I want to thank everyone for that. Also, I am a little sick today, so the time is going slow because I feel like a little sick. Mm-hmm. I also want to talk a little bit about, let me see. I have an event going on this Wednesday. I am actually going to go to an art critique that my friend Lorraine Maxwell is having. And I want to give a shout out to her for, getting me work and getting me associated with all these artists. They actually belong to an organization called 2+3 Critics. And they're going to have a meeting this Wednesday on Pine Island. It's going to happen at 7 p.m. They're going to have an art critique where 10 to 15 artists bring their paintings and they talk a little bit about the motivation of their paintings. And they have two people, two experts that are going to give them a little bit of guidance and a little bit of peace of their mind to kind of guide them in their craft, because it's very important when you are creating art that you learn how to follow. And I actually learned a fact that was very interesting, where in China, if you want to paint, you have to copy master's work for 60 years, mm-hmm. and then you have to start creating your own work. Right. And that's very interesting, because that is crafting a leader through art. So that's very interesting. And the fact that you kind of did the same thing when you got a ghostwriter, you went through the process and you kind of respected, like, I'm not going to do the things how I want. I want to follow the rules and do this right. So people, when they read to your book, Pill Mill, they can say, you know what, this was easy to read. It was like easily digested. Right. I mean, how many pages are in the book again?
It's about 180. About 180, yeah, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's a very unique book, wild and crazy. You guys will enjoy it, promise you. And one more shout out to Joe and Lisa Canfield for putting it together for me also as well.
Thank you so much. This was Christian Valdez here at Artistic Times Radio. I am Alexandra Bello, your host. Thank you for listening.
Listening to Alexandra Bello from Alexandra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or